peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. peaceful people. Struggle as we struggle. And we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more, Guyana.
Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Oh, oh, oh. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 13th of December, 2024. Happy to be here with you guys for yet another episode. Tons of things for us to discuss this morning. But again, we're getting closer and closer to that magical day, Christmas Day. And the festivities, again, something we Guyanese really enjoy, especially Christmas, despite the religions. And that's what I appreciate about Guyanese. We, despite all of our issues that may come at certain times, we tend to celebrate activities across cultures, across races, and I think that is something that makes us a unique bunch. Morning to all the persons across the diaspora, morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to all the persons in the comment section. Happy to have you guys here and ready to go for another episode. Suknanan, good morning to you. Joan Abidjan, good morning to you, joining us from Canada. Chintaman, Vishnu Chintaman, joining us from Pennsylvania, USA. Ronald Jones, up early. What happened to you, brother? Since when you be up so early? I didn't expect to see a comment from you at this hour. You don't wake these hours, sir? What? When you see so old age stepping in, and he probably had some acid reflux or something that had you up all night. You don't wake up this hour. Morning to you, Ronald Jones. Neil Ramlukan. Good morning to you. Anthony Wong, Merry Christmas to you. I think Anthony Wong is joining us from France. Kemish Jaikaran, good morning to you. Lenny Lachman. Special good morning to Chris Van Dihar and the entire family. And Mintiaz. Jeez, let me check the last name. Hold on. I can't forget these people at all. Just give me a second. The last name is a little hard for me to pronounce, but special good morning to Imtiaz Zufarlal. Zufarala. Sorry. Zafarala. I hope I said the last name right. Morning to Imtiaz Zafarala and the entire family. I hope you guys are doing well and having a wonderful morning. Thank you all again for the support and tuning into the program, making Livewire possible. Lenny Lachman, morning to you. Mohammed Isaf Sir, mostly morning to you as well. Pushram Kishore, Salome, Deshaun Abrams. Deshaun upset me early this morning. Early this morning. I'm telling y'all. I'm going to show y'all why. Deshaun sent me a video. You understand? And I swear to you guys, I kid you not, I often wonder how the opposition personnel come about with these contrasts that they try to make. Right? Given the lifestyle that they live and they enjoy, these contrasts that they like to make, this tie blending in, I gotta move it. Trouble. But yeah, the contrast that they like to make to pretend that they are so in touch with the grassroots and the locals on the ground, when it's so far from the truth. We can look at that though. Datan Andalal, morning to you. Faisal Ghani, Eunice Raghubir, special good morning to you, joining us from Canada. Morning to Rita as well. Soma Bipat, morning to you. Omar Sharif, joining us from NYC, Queens. Special good morning to Tracy Martindale from Bartico. We got some things with Bartico to deal with all this morning. Look, I don't know what to say, but trouble. Chris, morning to you. Estelle Ramnat, good morning to you. Estelle says it's freezing here in Canada. I wonder which part of Canada you're in, Estelle. Alan Khan, morning to you. Who else we got here? Lance Henry, Bibi Kalicharan, Jenarine Narendra, morning to you. Durajnath, morning to you. Mukesh Vishnudat, morning to you and family. Mukesh, stop getting in fights with these people online. Leave them alone, brother. But I know you're able. Derek Drupal, morning to you. Leroy Mangal, Balwant Danraj, morning to you. Rajendra Singh, morning to you. Ronald Martindale, Nadi, morning to you. Special good morning to Prasad Pati joining us from Kitty. Denise Ramlal, morning to you. Anita Williams, Rajendra Mahis, morning to you. Krishna Diodat, good morning. Michael Danis, Shirley Singh, morning to you. Ion Bipak joining us from Barbados. Good morning to you, brother. And I hope this is a perfect example. You know, I wish Ion calls me today on this program so we can hear from somebody who's currently in Barbados about prices and those kinds of things. You remember the guy we couldn't make it out to the video, make it to the end of the video yesterday. Yeah. So I hope Ian called me. So somebody from Barbados could tell y'all what's going on in Barbados. Guyanese like to call these Caribbean islands the name, and they're not aware of actually what's happening on the ground. They just see some nice photos and some nice videos, and they automatically think everything is so much better than in Guyana, and they don't know. Ashmi Baldio, morning to you. Leslie Mongol, morning to you. Dial Sukram, my brother, good morning to you. Joseph Satar, Christopher Prasad, Danny Rambishram, morning to you, the wife and the family. I hope you guys are doing well. Roger Fong, morning to you, and King Emperor. Sharita Ferguson, morning to you. Sherman Siram. Annie Chan, morning to you. Betty Chris. Philip Diabru, good morning to you. Shakira Lexi, Jasoda Budram. Bisundat Mohan, morning to you. I call here already. Right. Geetin Narayan, good morning to you. Chitra Sokraj, morning to you. Alim Ali, morning to you. Gayatri Baldio, good morning to you. Okay, I think I get on. Jillian Lindy, Vishnu Narayan, good morning to you. Dianan Suku, morning to you. Cecil Rampasad, Ms. Baba Utamoko, special good morning to you. Jag Narayan, Jag Mohan, morning to you. Paul Sugdio, joining us from Canada. Minus 10 degrees. Jesus Christ, Paul. Oh, Lord. Call. Morning, Chief. All is well?
Listen, you got me in the air?
Yes, you are.
Okay. First and foremost, good morning to you and your listeners. And first of all, you're starting out the morning very wrong. I have an issue with you specifically, Mr. Jones.
What's that?
First and foremost, I am older than you, but I'm younger looking than you. You older looking than me.
Y'all hear my uncle? Okay. On Monday show, I'm gonna get a side-by-side photo, and I want y'all vote in the comments who look younger.
Okay. And second of all, okay, I'm an early riser. I've been up since about 4:30 this morning.
What?
When you were still dribbling on your pillow.
Sir, I was in Region 4 at 4 o'clock this morning, trying to head back to Region 3. So stop it, man. Stop it. We are always on the go. But those hours are go-getter hours. Once you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning, you're gonna be something a force to reckon with. Look at God, if people telling me about Uncle Ronald fixing you, Uncle Ron fixing you, and all kind of Bano, come off this phone.
And just FYI, I was working on Livewire stuff. So
you finished your website?
I'm working on it. We have to meet, but this side note, we have to meet and discuss the direction that it's going.
Got you.
And second of all, you need to apologize to me again. First and foremost, I'm your favorite uncle.
Indeed. That's undisputed, brother. Undisputed.
So, when you speak of me, speak with respect in your voice.
Oh, put some respect on your name.
Exactly. Like Birdman said, put some respect in my name.
I got you. Right, man, take care. Uncle Ryan. Indeed, that's my favorite uncle. He spray my watermelons, nothing at all. Good guy. Anyway, let's get into today's program. I don't know if to start heavy or light. Oh, jeez. Let me deal with the Sean thing first, because I got the General Secretary's press conference to deal with and all these things. But I have to touch on this. Y'all just look and listen for 2 minutes, please.
Backwardness, hunger, ignorance. It is necessary to examine what is the cause of these things.
That is to learn about how workers...
Now, here, I'm going to run through this whole video. What I wanted you to see is the post that Nigel Hughes made on what he said. He's quoting the former president, Chedi Jagan, right? And I want to contrast it. So I want to contrast it with what is actually happening, the locations of the persons we're talking about, right? And the fact that some people operate like they don't engage in going to a party or an event or spending money on themselves. They're so in tune with the poor people that they lost. So look at this here. This is a post made by Nigel Hughes 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. And it's clear that this banning got no cases pending or nothing. He got a lot of time on his hands these days. Right? So he's quoting former President Chedi Jagan. I've always associated myself with the ideology of the working class. I want you to listen to the words. This is an excerpt from an interview with former President Chedi Jagan in 1997. I've always associated myself with the ideology of the working class, and I have led a very strong working class party for the past 47 years. Different people see and call the working class ideology by different names, but what is important were the concrete historical conditions in Guyana and the creation of a programmatic platform that caters to the needs of the working class. And it says where the excerpt comes from, Chedi Jagan in an interview in February 1997. And then this bottom piece here is the addition by Nigel Hughes. Comrade Chedi must be proud of how his legacy has evolved. Guyana, one country, two worlds. Now, first of all, I want to say it to you, right? Nigel Hughes has no link to the working class people. None whatsoever. And if you look at this speech or this excerpt from the speech and what it says or what the former president was saying, he associates himself with the ideology of the working class. Right? Now, when you look at the initiatives put forward by PPPC administrations, isn't that looking after, taking care, or having the working class in mind? All the initiatives that you see being rolled out by the government, you think the millionaires or the billionaires in Guyana need the cash grant? No, but it's for everybody. But for the persons who need it most, the working class, they're getting the assistance. Ensuring that persons get a retroactive increase yearly, that's not looking after the working class. What has Nigel Hughes or the AFC done, in or out of government, that enhance the lives of the working class people of this country? And I don't want to hear a coalition activity or event or initiative, which in there are very few. I'm asking AFC, what efforts, policies, plans have they championed in the coalition administration while in government, while having a minister of communications, telecommunications, while having a minister of public infrastructure, while having a minister of national security, or whoever the hell did they change the Home Affairs Ministry to, right? Whilst having a minister of natural resources, what did the AFC champion for the poor people? Whole day we would sit there because they got nothing to tell you about. Now, I want to come back to this video. Now, listen to what the former president is saying, and I will show you that everything he says fits exactly what the AFC isn't. And even in his speech, even back then, before the AFC was even formed, he was describing the AFC and people like Nigel Hughes.
Poverty, backwardness, hunger, ignorance. It is necessary to examine what is the cause of these things.
Poverty, backwardness, ignorance, and we say hunger?
Necessary to examine hunger, ignorance. Backwardness, hunger, ignorance.
Poverty, backwardness, hunger, ignorance. It's important to examine the root cause of these things. You know what's the root cause of these things? The PNC, the AFC. The same guy, Chris DeCosta, that was talking about cash grant and thing that he didn't know, spoke of persons hungry during Granger administration. You got nothing to do. You got no work to get. Thing is happening. High levels of ignorance after the election, the 2020 election. You understand? High levels of ignorance, PNC, AFC. So the former president was speaking prophetically and he didn't even know. Well, mind you, he did dealing with he worries back in the day in relation to PNC operatives and opposition and them kind of thing. But little did he know that the ignorance will transcend into today's society. You understand? So poverty, synonymous with the PNC. So those same people that this wretch Sherrod Duncan went to, oh, the government throwing these people off the land. Oh, Sarah Joanna. Sherrod Duncan didn't go to Annette Ferguson or Valerie Patterson as housing ministers and say, look, let us sort out these people in Sarah Joanna. Right? They didn't do it. But now they're going in there like them people moving there in 2020. Like those people move on to that land in 2020. So it's now we got the issue in Sierra Joanna. They did nothing to regularize them. They cannot tell you how many squatters they moved into legality. You understand? So when you listen to what Chetty Jagan is saying,
poverty, backwardness, hunger, ignorance.
Backwardness, synonymous with the AFC. How backward can you be, David Patterson? So the General Secretary confirmed the loan get approved. He said no. The General Secretary lied. Dennis Shibral, a prominent journalist in this country, went and make contact with the people, and the people say, yes, this thing approved. It's going through this 30-day period, but the loan is approved. He go back again and say, I said it wasn't approved. I'm sticking with that. It wasn't approved. Backward. Onika Pompey, I get the instructions not to big you up on this thing. I don't know what's wrong with you and these people, but the people them said don't big you up. But big up yourself still, Onika Pompey. Oh my God. What? The people said don't big you up, but I can big you up still. Have a good morning, Onika Pompey. Big up yourself. And y'all check out your page. So, even when they are trying to make the government look bad, you understand me? It is reflective of them. Under PPP administrations, persons usually see progress. Even if they said they only get one contract, at least they get one. Under the PNC, AP, and UAFC, they didn't get nothing. You understand? They were not getting anything. Currently, we have more people studying in this country than ever before for free. For free. Right? If you look at, and you might say, oh, the PNC wasn't in power for long, but look at the housing initiatives under various PPPC administrations. Diamond, Amelia's Ward, Block 22. Oh gosh, this place in Lethem that they just built up. Port Knuckle something or Coca something, but it's a new housing scheme. Charity, Bar Ticker. Right? So backwardness is y'all. Now imagine they're putting these persons. Let's listen a little more.
It is necessary to examine what is the cause of these things.
And like I said, the cause of these things, they either, yeah, Nico, I'd like that. You got my number, message me on WhatsApp, right? I reiterate the root cause of backwardness and all these other things that the late president is talking about. PNC, Congress Place. I don't know what the AFC is called, with a key house or green and yellow house or whatever they got in Kitty there. You understand?
That is to learn about how workers are exploited, how systems create oppression.
How workers were exploited. The workers of the joint services were exploited by making it seem that they weren't good enough to receive where's call it? Oh, their 1 month, they get in December, they get a 1 month salary thing tax free or something like that. You understand? Y'all listen to Cheddy Jagger.
How systems create oppression and exploitation.
They can't identify a system. The First Lady Ball, that is a charitable event. What's the contrast between the two? I'm trying to understand. How is this a system that creating corruption? Y'all remember, oh gosh, these Granger buses? Y'all remember the Granger buses? Many people said that those buses were donated by individuals in return for favors. And in most cases, they weren't new buses. You understand? There were many reports of the buses only picking up certain children or children in certain areas and passing others on the road. Right? Now, contrast that to the Because We Care program that was reinstituted. How is their ability to discriminate in relation to race, class, or political persuasion with the Because We Care grant? With the bus, somebody could tell you, drive on you passing Monterey, you better pedal to the metal, don't stop and pick up a soul, or else you lose this work. But with the Because We Care grant, every single child, once they are registered, benefits. You don't gotta know who the mother is, what area they're living in, what's the color of the skin, what's the last name, nothing of the sort. They just benefit. The First Lady had, I think it was last year, or the last event she had, I think it was a boat cruise or something, well attended. And they pretend like they don't know where those funds went to. So this is not the first time the First Lady is hosting an event to donate the funds to charity. And if it was a case where these funds weren't donated to charity, they had an opportunity from the first event to showcase, well, look, they had this white boat cruise thing, they take all the money. But it was donated to charity. Now, could you imagine the First Lady use her influence as the First Lady of Guyana to get the elite, the rich of Guyana to come out to an event? One, donate everything for the event, venue, drinks, food, wherever it is. Then get the other rich people to come out to the event to spend their money on the free stuff that she got, the First Lady. And then to take the money that the rich people spend and pass it to the less fortunate. That's a system that's oppressing the people? Really? Wow.
And what we need to do in order to bring about freedom and happiness.
So what the First Lady is doing, donating funds either an orphanage or a family or whatever it is, they're not creating freedom and empowerment for the less fortunate to Guyana. Having the two side by side here, the deceased president, former president, and the First Lady's gala. I'm trying to understand what's the link, how we linking the two. What's the link? You understand? And
for the people all over the world, they must see that they're proud of their nation and they're doing everything possible to look after the welfare of the nation and their communities.
Isn't that what the Irfan Ali administration is doing? The mere fact that the David Patterson is from the AFC and was the Minister of Public Infrastructure and wasn't interested in doing community roads. How could you post this, Nigel Hughes? Come on, man. You got to be. I don't know if you wake up on your left side of your brain didn't wake up yet or what. Isn't that what the government doing? Building out, increasing persons' accessibility to healthcare, increasing person accessibility to education, increasing persons' accessibility to housing. So one party at the end of the year throw all of that away, brethren. Nigel, you ashamed?
In that way, they will have good family life and good social upbringing in the country. Work for peace and
This Darren Gango, a cricket commentator, there's not even a Guyanese. So the First Lady get a rich Trini to come to a party in Guyana, spend money, with the money going back to Guyanese. I just want to call these people assassinates. And that's why Ted Deshawn upset me this morning with this video. Because I am still trying to understand what Niger you is trying to put over, and I'll show you why. Right? So again, I'm saying this to you. The president and the First Lady partying in Guyana. It's a party. All right, let me use the right word. It's a gala. Right? They're at this gala in Guyana. Hosted by the event is hosted at a location that is owned by Guyanese. The person contributing are business owners who are Guyanese. The person spending the money are Guyanese. You understand me? And just because of this one party, all the outreaches and walkabouts and community engagements that the president, the vice president, the prime minister, the ministers, the staff, and everything gone out the window. The PVP party in whole year because they host one gala. Whole year the party.
Especially in our country, a land of 6 peoples, that all the peoples must have an opportunity, equal opportunity to grow up and to have all the things in life that they want.
Now, what got with the party? Let us be fair, people. Every single Guyanese can be a millionaire or a billionaire. You understand? Everybody on the same level in terms of education and ability and those sorts of things. So you will have some persons who are not doing well as other people. And they got some people that are just worthless. So you're telling me that a businessman who go through all the struggle he go through, now he make money is an issue? Now is an issue? Now, I fed up playing this video, but I just wanted to show y'all what Nigel Hughes is putting out there as a deviation from the ideologies and the principles established by former President Cheddi Jagan and the party that he founded. Right? Let's go to something else. Now look at this. Shoot, the page zoom in. Now look at this. How many regular Guyanese? Why this thing is showing there? Oh. How many regular Guyanese could take a trip to South Africa? Huh? How many regular Guyanese could tell their wife, here and a friend, Oh man, this thing is where it gone. No man. Oh shit. Sorry. Nigel Warrell. This is not the Nigel I'm looking for. Hughes. Oh no, I got it on this other page. I could just copy the link. I close it down. Just give me a second. Let me pull back up these photos. I want to show y'all something. And again, I'm reminding you that our president was in Guyana celebrating with Guyanese for a good cause, for Guyanese, right? And that one party, through all the community engagements, all the walkabouts, I literally could testify that sometimes the media crew that follows the president, sometimes they be frustrated because it's like, it's too much. Sometimes to them, they'll be like, oh gosh, the president going somewhere again. Sometimes they clear, and then all of a sudden you hear the president going on a walk about somewhere, and everybody got rush out. You understand? I'm coming down to the bottom because I want to make a point with what I found here. Right? So, recently, since Nigel Hughes has reinvigorated, reinserted himself into politics, you understand me? He has been making some community meetings in the hinterland and meeting with some people at the market. But don't be fooled. Nigel Hughes lives the Cadillac lifestyle. All those persons at that party, Nigel Hughes on their level. Let me show you why. It's here. All right, there was one, but I didn't want to deal with the one. The one was before. I wanted to show y'all something from 2020. Jesus. And these are the persons that claim that they're so in touch with the grassroots. We're gonna do it as well. I can scroll along to them. I will say all the time. Now, how many local Guyanese could attend the jazz festival? Fly out for festival. Regular Guyanese, grassroots Guyanese. Huh? How did this benefit the communities in Guyana are spending this money in St. Lucia? Living the best life and talking about grassroots and in touch with the working class. How many working class persons could sit down on a foldable chair like this 2015 to 2020 in St. Lucia at the Jazz and Arts Festival? You understand what I'm telling you? How many persons can do this? Right? How many persons? And I wanted to take y'all back to 2020 so you could see certain things. But let's jump to 2023. How many, and imagine things so hard in Guyana. Cathy Hughes don't work, well, she got your business. I got to say she don't work no way. But how many working class Guyanese between 2015 to 2020 could have carried a wife to Jamaica and lay down on a beach like a big boy and a big girl watching the sunset and attending party? Let me big it up. Look here in the car here in New Jersey. Attending party just like the locals here, but they're doing it at home. And their money going back to less fortunate Guyanese. But this banner in Jamaica, living the best life and talking about who in tune with working class and who in this and who in the. How many working class people could have seen the sunset 2015 to 2020? Huh? All the victimization and the stuff that they're talking about. Nigel Hughes is still able to take his wife on these trips. You understand? How many Guyanese could have enjoyed this when you guys are in power? Carry the family to have lunch or dinner at the seaside. And this is people who are so grounded, so down to earth, You understand? They're attending parties too. Nigel Hughes and Cathy Hughes at this party. I dare say this look like Simona Brooms, but she might sue me. This lady here look like Simona Brooms, but me, you know. Is me alone? Yeah, I think so too. Look like Simona, but it may not be. She's a lady's carry to court quick. How many Guyanese enjoy this? How is this in tune with the working class? So you living the best life. You understand me? And because the president and his wife enjoy a party in Guyana with Guyanese and the tributes or the funds raised going towards Guyanese, that's an issue. How many Guyanese could go to Jamaica and pet a crocodile or alligator or whatever they call in this and see all these things, Cathy? Huh? Y'all aren't normal. Y'all live your best life. The working class 2050 to 2020 couldn't enjoy this. Now people got a little more disposable income. They could donate to a charitable event. And you is a issue now? Right? So this was 2023. This is the last year trip. That's the last year trip. I wanted to show y'all another trip. Right? I wanted to show y'all another trip. Hold on. Let me go down. I want to show y'all another trip. So it's okay for them to enjoy life, but nobody else mustn't do it. Right? It's okay for them to be in drop tops that the working class can't afford or be in, like them, and then lament how the working class getting treated. When the government increasing the salary, look at the teachers with the non-salary benefits and all these sorts of things, training. How many people could afford this, Cathy? Not everybody could live like you and Nigel. And those are people trying to show you. How many of us could go and bathe under the waterfall in all we good clothes? You understand? What face is the Nigel? What's going on here? What? Here, this is not a Photoshop photo. You understand me? It's not Photoshop. That's the face he's making. You understand? Now, let me get down to what I wanted to show you. And this is my last thing before I move on with this Nigel Hughes nonsense. Right? This is the last thing before I move on with this Nigel Hughes nonsense. And I want y'all to take note of the year and the month. The year and the month. It's so low I went down. It's the 2020 trip I want to show y'all. Okay, here we go. How many of us, after suggesting that they had Russians and all kind of thing rigging the elections, I want y'all look at the date. Look at the date. Friday, August 21st, 2020. So after misleading Guyanese about elections and all kind of thing and Russians and this and that and all kind of thing, you know what Nigel Hughes is able to do that a lot of the working class could not do 2015 to 2020? Take his wife to South Africa so that she could see giraffe. She could visit all the historical sites after misleading Guyanese but Russians and the election rigging. And after he tell people about 34 and 33, a set of stubbornness, they went and took a vacation. They went and danced in Africa. They went to the motherland. You know how much working class Afro-Guyanese would love a trip to the motherland? Eh? Look at the finger the guitar man holding. You know how much working class Guyanese would like a nice big ring like that on their finger? You bet. I hope she go home with the ring. I hope she go home with the ring. I mean, you know why you holding your fingers so. But you understand? How many working class people could take these trips? How working class people in getting Exxon Mobil money in US dollars? You understand me? So after the election rigging attempt, they took a trip to South Africa to recoup and recover and come again. recoup, recover, and come again. Touring the sites, living the best life. And because couple Guyanese gather at a charitable event organized by the Forest Lady is a problem. Get away from here, Nigel Hughes. You get away from here. If y'all had empowered working class Guyanese to be able to take these trips like y'all, it was a different story. But you are very detached from the grassroots. The grassroots don't go on trips like these. They might go in the Caribbean or somewhere. You go tilt to South Africa. Plus, y'all look like y'all stay somewhere very posh. Oh my God, look, my girl, frock. Frock. Old people used to say frock. She's wearing a frock. You understand? How many working class Guyanese could afford these outfits? Sit in these places. You understand me? The happy couple. Anyway, I done with Nigel Hughes. The Sean really upset me this morning, but I done with he. Me got time with this banner. You understand? Me got time with this banner. Asif Hamad is problems. What is my here? Look at this one. It's bad as trouble. Anyway, let me move on. Oh boy. But you find out from me if you see it. Oh man. Anyway, let me continue. So what's the next thing? The vice president. All right, let me touch on this quickly. So they got apparently there was a new political party that was launched. I living under a rock because I ain't hear nothing about it. Me know nothing about it. I now seen the stuff on Facebook. But it's not even the stuff with the political party is it's a dirty stinking cuss out. So let's jump to this newsroom report. Right? So
a new
I must say,
political
we can listen to the audio. We're gonna let the image run in the back. All I got to say about this, I can just repeat something I heard. 0 plus 0 is still 0. Plain and simple. In relation to this, 0 plus 0 is still 0. This guy looks like a guy I used to work with when Buddies opened the now Ramada Hotel. You remember Buddies was the first person who had Buddies Pool Hall on Sherrill Street. Bigger people would remember that. The younger ones might not because the pool hall gone now. The building is still there, but there was a big pool hall, Buddies Pool Hall. So Buddies had built that mall, not the mall, the hotel at Providence, the Ramada. He built that. I think it was for some World Cup cricket guy and I was hosting, ICC World Cup or something like that. And I applied for a job there and I was employed at the front desk. And this guy, at the time, I think he was living in Tamari. He used to work there. A weirdo. But it's not to define the political party, right? This guy is their presidential candidate. Sherwin Downer or something like that is his name. But what I want to show you is Mr. Downer in true colors. You understand? Now, folks, this video got expletives. So please, if you got kiddies around, move them away. If you don't like hear cussing, turn down the volume a little bit. But this is what some of the small parties are putting forward as a presidential candidate. So we found out that in Anong, their chairman was reprimanded for misconduct in the medical field. According to certain sources, I don't know how true it is. He's alleged of forging the signatures for his rotations. You understand? So in my view, what gonna stop he or why guy shouldn't think that he'd be willing to forge something and he wouldn't be willing to forge something in the future at a higher level, right? As a medical person, you're in charge of people's lives, making them feel better. And you don't want to go through the process of ensuring that what you've learned, you really take into context. Anyway, let me jump over to Mr. Downer. Let me go.
Fuck you guys.
You got power? Where you got? What power you got? What power you got?
Fucking shit.
Plus, apparently, the man said he was a former PPP. No, hear the man. I call several persons who I know are long-standing PPP members of the party. Got carried about long. I call several of them. I said, man, you know this man is? This man is a member of the party. And each of them, I don't know, I never see you before. One said he looked familiar. Right? But you notice everybody, when they jump out to do something in politics, they were a part of the PPP, but they can't show your party carried a contribution, them at a rally or something. You don't see them. But this is our potential presidential candidate from the United Working People's Party, or the United People's Party, whatever the People's Party is. Right? Land dispute in Bartico.
Fuck the police, I say, fuck you.
Now, that is somebody who is attempting to ascend to the position of commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Right? Go and tell the police I said.
Okay. Are you fucking shame? Your brother fucking there, you fight the thing. Are you building that?
You know how we get there?
Fuck are you? Come for me.
No, but these guys need to remember when you're vying for office. You gotta remember you gotta conduct yourself. You gotta conduct yourself in public.
This contest Soros was alive. You think you're gonna come here? Get out your mother's cunt. Tell the fuck up.
At first, when I saw the video, I thought it was Johnny. I thought it was Uncle Raphael Johnny. But they look similar, but it's two different. They might have similar attributes, but it's two different people.
Police, I say, go and show them their tell them I say, fuck you, and fuck you. Go and tell the fucking police I say so.
Okay, I'm going right now.
Yeah, we going there.
This is the guy we should vote for. This is who we're supposed to vote out the PPP for. Look, I done with that. Guys, as you know, the General Secretary of the PPP had his press conference yesterday, and he touched on quite a few issues. We might be going over time today because the press conference had real shots was fired there. Real shots were fired yesterday. You understand? Me a couple times I in the phone typing, and when the man talk, I had to look up to see if it's what there. No. The General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party spoke of the opposition's baseless criticisms of the cash grant initiative. Now, the General Secretary's position is that the opposition's criticisms of the cash grant initiative stems from their inability to counter its wide-ranging benefits to citizens. There is no initiative under the APNU AFC, under the PNC in the past, that has touched as many Guyanese. Now, the $100,000 cash grant initiative will inject over $60 billion directly into the Guyanese citizens' pockets, benefiting every adult Guyanese. The opposition's claims of flaws in the verification process and the fact that they continue to make baseless allegations of electoral manipulation, this was completely dismissed by the General Secretary as attempts to discredit a transformative process. Now, he went on to talk about the record of obstruction that we do know that is established by the opposition. Now, the opposition employs an obstructionist tactic that undermines government initiatives. Past actions by the opposition have shown that focus on blocking progress, such as delaying parliamentary decisions, opposing beneficial initiatives like the public servants' wage increase, these things the General Secretary likened this behavior to their failure or their failed governance and lack of meaningful contributions in terms of bettering the lives of Guyanese. Now, in terms of managing for the people of the country and not ratios, the General Secretary shared the government is prioritizing the welfare of citizens over economic indicators like the debt to GDP ratios. Under the AP and UAFC, taxes on essential goods and services, baby milk, education, internet, water, disproportionately hurt the populace. Now, the PPPC, conversely, focuses on transformational projects, roads, hospitals, schools, upskilling people. These things are aimed at uplifting communities and stimulating long-term economic growth. Now, he went on to talk about the NRF and enhanced transparency in relation to its management. Now, the current government's amendments to the NRF law vastly improves transparency and accountability. Now, what were some of the key reforms? Requiring parliamentary approval for withdrawal of funds, publishing all receipts in the official gazette, establishing a formula-driven withdrawal ceiling to ensure predictability. The previous AFC, APNU model allowed unchecked ministerial discretion and concealed revenues, such as Exxon Mobil's signing bonus. All the stuff that they're talking about, moving money into this account and that account and that account, why wasn't that implied with the signing bonus? Now, the General Secretary took some time to rebuttal the allegations of mismanagement of the oil revenues. And this was something that Joel Bagwedin touched on behind the agenda. Make sure you guys go and check out episode 4. Right? Now, critics misrepresent the government's use of the oil revenue to fuel infrastructure development and national growth. Allegations by figures like Nigel Hughes and Terence Campbell about opaque transfers disregard the robust oversight mechanisms in place. Now, the NRF now includes a public accountability and oversight committee, reports that have to be tabled in Parliament, independent audits of expenditure. Right? So, with all these systems in place, where's the mismanagement coming from? And according to what Joel shared with us, Nigel Hughes talking about 5 billion missing or mismanaged or whatever. When Joel said clearly the amount of money taken out of the NRF fund, 60% of the 5 billion still in there. It's there. So how is this money missing or mismanaged? Now, the General Secretary went on to talk about the opposition's record on taxes and public spending. Now, the General Secretary's position was the APNU AFC's fiscal policies disproportionately burden citizens while neglecting capital investments. During their tenure, the opposition raised $90 billion annually in taxes alone. I say again, $90 billion annually in taxes alone. It's sinking. Now, whilst they're making this money in taxes, they would have been reducing capital expenditure. Essential services like healthcare and education suffered. So that is why Nigel Hughes could have gone and find a latrine at the school he went and find it at, because the coalition went in there and do nothing. The school that he went at was built under the PPP years ago. But the coalition and the sleeping indigenous ambassador Laura George didn't go in there and check those people when they were in power to empower them and make things better, as they say, oh God, Oh, woo, a good life, good life, good life. Nobody you see it. Nobody you see it. You understand? Infrastructural projects stalled. The 4-lane on the East Coast that they couldn't complete. Anyway, now the General Secretary took some time to critique the letter by Terence Campbell and made it clear that some of these critics, often masquerading as independents, are harboring partisan feelings. Now, Terence Campbell, the opposition nominee to the NRF Investment Committee. Now, again, I'm hoping Nigel Hughes has a press conference today. Because he usually asks me to go and do research. So I'm gonna ask him if he could do some research and let the Guyanese public know that during the coalition's tenure, how many opposition personnel were appointed, or if any opposition personnel were appointed to any of these agencies, state agencies, anything to do with oil and gas or anything like that. I think Nigel Hughes is currently on a constitutional reform committee or something like that currently. Right? So he spoke on the Terence Campbell letter, the opposition nominee to the NRF Investment Committee, publicly admitting his long-standing support for the APNU AFC. So his letter didn't come from a place of, oh, I'm a Guyanese, I'm worried. It came from a political sphere. Now, his critique about the integration, the integrational equity and saving ignored the immediate needs of Guyanese citizens for improved infrastructure and livelihoods. So on one hand, you say you're doing nothing for the Guyanese people. But on the other hand, you're ignoring everything that they're doing for the Guyanese people. Now, the General Secretary shared with us that the changes made by the PPPC to the NRF framework have received international recognition for enhancing transparency and governance. Now, what were these things that gained the recognition? Some of the reforms were independent management through a board of directors, not depending on the minister and the minister and the minister. Elimination of direct charges without parliamentary oversight. A simplified formula based on the withdrawal purpose, the withdrawal process. Now, y'all remember how the General Secretary lamented the process that was put forward by Winston Jordan, who has got something to say about oil and gas and finance. And if you notice, you don't see at any of them party thing or nothing. So like he's outcast now, he just floating in the wind. Right? So the General Secretary went on to talk about long-term development and not IMF approval. So the government prioritizes sustainable development over internal validation from entities like the IMF. Unlike the APNU AFCs, they had a fixation on economic ratios. Excuse me. The Irfan Ali-led government prioritizes transformative investment in infrastructure, education, healthcare to improve citizens' quality of life. So what the coalition promised you and didn't give you, the Irfan Ali administration is ensuring that Guyanese experience it in one way or another, the good life. Right? Now, again, he spoke on the opposition's criticism of the oil contract management. Now, the opposition's management of oil contracts include the ExxonMobil agreement. And this highlights their failure to safeguard the national patrimony. They should be last people to talk about that. That's why I say every time I see Rafael Trotman, I want to know why this man don't go in a car and look after his health. Go and look after your health. What more are you trying to get? You were a lawyer for many years. You've been in parliament steady. You was a minister. Go in your car now. Go in your car now. Soon as somebody mentioned Raffle Trotman, the first thing that you remember, 2016 oil contract. There's nothing else you remember. Well, and Johnny. Other than them two things, you don't remember Raffle Trotman for nothing. Oh, and the fancy wedding in Grenada or somewhere we be in. You don't remember me for nothing else? Now, the 2016 Exxon contract is widely criticized as overly favorable to the company. The opposition's current rhetoric on transparency and equity lacks credibility given their past governance failures. Right? So I was glad that the General Secretary took the time to address some of these things, because sometimes in the media, we don't get much traction in terms of highlighting the idiocy that is put out by the opposition. But on Thursday, you know for sure, you can get an update on the nonsense and a reality check in relation to what's really going on the ground. Guys, we're out of time for today. We're out of time for today. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. If you're going out to party for the Christmas season, please designate a driver. Too much accidents on the roadways. I'll see you guys here next Monday. Don't forget to check out the episode yesterday on Behind the Agenda. You can see that on Livewire TV and Livewire News. It's also available on Livewire TV on YouTube. So for the persons viewing us on YouTube, please subscribe, like the videos. It helps with the algorithm so that YouTube would push the video up and make the content available more frequently to persons on YouTube. So if you're looking at us on YouTube, please give the video a like. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, please follow us at Livewire News. Follow us at Livewire TV. And follow me at Courdel Jones, Comrade Courdel Jones on Facebook there. Right? Y'all have a great rest of the day. Have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. I want everybody back here on Monday. And like I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about what Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees.